Well, hello again. This is part 2 of my break-in process for the Mercury 15 horse outboard. I'm out here in the middle of Doctor's Lake by myself on my little AB inflatable, and we're meandering towards Whitey's Fish Camp. So that said, today I'm going to be running it up to 3/4 throttle and varying it for about an hour. I started about 5 minutes ago. I was running about half throttle, and now I'm just kind of idling and getting the camera set up. Alright, I had a big breakfast today, so I'm probably not going to eat. Now, at half throttle, where I've got the outboard set on the trim bar, I was able to get up to 18.5 miles an hour when it went on the plane. I had to go a little above half, just a tiny little bit, to get it to plane out, but once it did, it settled to about 18.5 miles an hour. When I get to 3/4 and I start doing that, I'm going to check the speed and see where we're at then. Probably it's a little faster than I want to go on this little boat because the ride gets a little bit rough. Thank you, and I'll see you at my next entry. Okay, I've passed a sign that says minimum, well, it says resume normal safe speed, so I'm going to bring up the speed here. Five 5.3 miles an hour. I'll read it off as I'm going. Half throttle right now, and as you can see, we're not quite on the plane yet, still plowing, so I'm going to give just a little more. I'm at 6.9 miles an hour. Here, I just gave it a tiny little bit more throttle. 18.4, 20.1, 22, and we're about 3/4 throttle. I'm at 22.6 miles an hour. And there's another boat coming, and I really don't want to deal with his wake, so I'm going to slow down here in a second. But man, this boat's pulling butt. 22.2, and it's not even 3/4 throttle yet. I'm at 3/4 right now, and we're at 23, 24, 23.8, 24. And here's that guy's wake, so I'm going to slow down. And I'm going to quarter it so I don't have to eat it. I slowed down a little more than I wanted, but that's fine. Got the boat, or the motor, idling. It's got, the ears are on it, so I'm flushing it out. So, just a couple more minutes and I'll be done. In fact, it's been going for a little while, so I think it's probably good by now. So let's talk about, okay, I went through the second part of the break-in procedure for the Mercury 15 horse outboard. EFI, all that. Let me go turn the water off while I'm talking to you. So, did the second part of the break-in procedure, and it ran great. No complaints. I did try to adjust the I'll show you the trim bar. Let's see if I can show you the trim bar is located right here. I've got it on it came in the second hole. I adjusted it out to the third, hoping that would make it perform a little better. The truth is, till after the break-in, let me adjust this so the sun's not in your face. The truth is, until after the break-in process is over, my Spivo selfie stick slips a little bit sometimes. Anyway, you got the one you hit the little button by your thumb and it flips the camera around. Well, the camera's a little heavy for that with the microphone I have on it and it's the GoPro 9 that I'm using right now. Anyway, outboard ran great, no complaints. It starts on the 4th pull every time. I don't know why that is. I think it's got something to do with the electronic fuel injection stuff. But anyway, works great, no problem. I towed it to the ship, towed it to the boat ramp, put it in the water, no problem. The one thing that I'm just going to have to get used to is the gear shift on this particular outboard, okay? Because it's right here, and forward, neutral, reverse, and I'm used to it being right here on the throttle. Anybody that's, you know, used these small outboards before, the older ones, are all the same way. That's just the way it is. I just got to get used to it. Other than that, runs great. No problems with the engine. I was doing a little bit of playing around with an old GPS that I have. I bought it in Arizona, and I have the 4 corner states programmed into it, but it does have a world map on it too, so that's what I was using. I should probably get a little better map software on it. Get rid of the four corner states, because I don't live there anymore. So that said, I should do that. One thing I did notice is I do like the idea of having these little handheld GPSs, especially for what I'm going to do with this boat and where I envision this channel going in the future. What I want to do with this channel is explore places, and when you do that, you have to be able to get back to where you left your truck and your trailer, and having a GPS gives you that breadcrumb trail back to the location where you started, and I think that's valuable. So I'll be doing a video on that. Also, I have a handheld VHF that is waterproof, in addition to, of course, a cell phone. You might say, well, you know, you can map with your cell phone, and you can call with your cell phone, and you can take pictures with your cell phone, and all of that. Well, all that's true, but the GPS floats. It's waterproof. The handheld GPS, or the handheld VHF radio, is also waterproof and also floats. And the camera, you know, GoPro, is kind of waterproof, but not really, especially with the media mod on it. It is what it is. I do have housings, and I could take the media mod off and use it, and use the internal microphone in the GoPro itself, but I'm not doing that right now. So anyway, having a cell phone, relying on a cell phone, could be a problem. Your battery could go dead, you could have no reception, or you could drop it in the water. What if a sudden rain squall comes up and you get one of these Florida downpours on you? Then you got some issues, like you can't use your phone. Alright, well, anyway, that's all I've got for today, and I'm going to put the cover back on this wonderful boat of mine, and yeah, I had a good time all by myself.